Hello, my name is Anna Rebecca, and I'm here at my private practice in Chula Vista. This is Professional Christian Counseling Services, and I want to answer some questions as to why therapy counseling is so effective. On a more basic level, having an opportunity to talk to someone about your thoughts and feelings is very effective because in making audible what your thoughts are, one is able to then begin to see patterns, begin to see and make observations about how those patterns and the content of your thought may actually be due to certain issues, problems, difficulties, impasses in your life. And so as a therapist, we are sort of the sounding board for the client, so that when these thoughts are spoken, there's an opportunity to sort of observe and make observations again about the thought, the pattern, and the content, and then also see if the interpretation as to where that is coming from or how that is impacting the client positively or adversely. It begins to make sense. So what fits makes a lot of sense. What doesn't make sense as we look closer into those thought patterns. And then the emotion sort of also carries a certain amount of information. And as you well know, there is such a thing as emotional intelligence and not just intelligence IQ. And so we get a chance to sort of see how those two fit and how they actually give us clues into where a little more discussion may need to go. And the client has a tendency to sort of open up and give as what is happening within them. In fact, there is a scripture that says that out of the abundance of the heart comes what is spoken. So in so many ways, where the client chooses to go, what the client chooses to say, how they choose to say it, makes a big difference in understanding how and what is actually happening. And again, as it begins to become more audible, more realized in a therapeutic setting, it's a little easier to get at what really is going on and gives the client an opportunity to see deeper into themselves and also sometimes into their loved ones, especially if it is couples counseling. There's intimacy into me, you see more deeply the thoughts and the feelings and really what is actually happening. And once you're able to really see what's happening, then there is a better ability at understanding what needs to happen. Many times in our society we have this cultural thing where we sort of put on a face or we put on an emotion or we sort of dress ourselves up in a way that makes it difficult to really see what's going on inside. And the more transparent and the more willing one is in a counseling session to be themselves, the more likely they're able to see who they really are, experience that emotion, that thought process, and begin again to be actualized, be more themselves, and not someone that they are trying to become, more someone that they are trying to create. So in essence, counseling is sort of the beginning of comfortably providing a context, a place, a space where this process can occur. It's a safe environment. It's a place where people feel more comfortable and willing to do so. In a private setting, this, I believe, is very beneficial. And so this is one of the reasons why I think counseling is so effective. And that's more the philosophical understanding behind it all. But absolutely, it is one of the ways that people can begin to see themselves when in actuality, oftentimes we don't even speak to ourselves or think about ourselves. And in this sense, it begins that self-awareness and the ability for the client to get to know themselves as they truly are.